Hey, my friends, welcome to another edition of By Faith. I'm your host, Frank Shelton. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you had an amazing Thanksgiving. You know, you can't give wrong or go wrong when you give thanks. You know, there's been a lot going on. There's a lot coming around the corner with Christmas. Just last week, we actually rented for the second time a 55-foot billboard. I think it's 31 feet tall. It was on Times Square just promoting the holiday season and the By Faith ministry. And what we're hoping to do is do a 15, 20-second ad that will play every hour for multiple days. We did this 2 years ago. We booked out Thanksgiving Day. We booked out every weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, going into December. We booked out December 24th, Christmas Day, and even New Year's Eve, where hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people congregate on Times Square. And my goal was that they'll look up and remember the true reason for the season. And we had a hashtag campaign, Jesus Saves. And I'm telling you, everybody needs Jesus. You know, you'll never find Christmas under the tree, but you'll find Christmas on the tree at Mount Calvary, where Jesus died for you and he died for me. I remember eternity is too long for you to be wrong. So everything we do here at Frank Shelton Global, our ministry at the local level, the regional level, the national level, and even internationally, the Bible said, he that wins souls is wise. And I just thank God for all the local churches and the clergy who are feeding the sheep, discipling the saints, and sharing the heart of God all year long. And our goal is to link arms, lift up their arms with them. And God has definitely given us a mandate and a mission to go after lost souls. You know, I think of the local church. There's the pastor has an oar in the water, and the evangelist has an oar in the water. And together, when we row forward, we're going forward with great momentum for God's glory and expanding the kingdom. But a lot of times, if we just got one oar in the water, sometimes the boat goes in circles. Well, it's bad enough if a day fishing at the lake is a little mundane or going in circles. But you know what? The country or the church cannot afford this late in the game to be going in circles. We need to put the pedal to the proverbial metal. Did you know the first 2/3 of God's name is go? The first two letters of gospel is go. First two letters of good news is go. We got the green light from God himself to get going for God's glory. And if you would like to partner with us as we're doing these outreaches in person, in the air, I had a former boss. We used to talk about, you know, the ground game is being in person, blessing the local church and the community. But the Air Force is actually when we take the gospel in the air. It may be in billboards. It may be on the radio. It's on television. And thanks to God, glory to him, and thanks to many of you, we're doing that. So thank you as we continue to expand the ministry. And as we talked about Giving Tuesday, if the Lord would impress on you as it continues this week, this is the spirit of giving. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. You know, we serve a gracious God, a generous God, and he's a giving God. I believe we're never more like God when we're giving and forgiving. Number one, who made the Lord put on your heart to bless in your neighborhood in the coming days? Be on the lookout like the Lord to see people who maybe could use an helping hand. So not only giving, but also forgiving. You know, we won't experience the presence of God, the peace of God, if we're always harboring hatred to those who maybe done us wrong. You know, this week, let's just let things go. Let's give them to God. Let's emulate the Lord, and let's move forward by faith. There's freedom when we find forgiveness. Just got back from a couple weekends. I think I was in 7 states in 7 days. We had the honor, we were in Augusta, Georgia. We were in Aiken, South Carolina. And that was amazing. And then my dear friend Cheryl Bowman, God used her in a powerful way. Thank you again for Jamie and Brian Johnson rolling out the red carpet. You got to get Cheryl's book, Broken and Restored. It's incredible. Go to Amazon today. We were in Philadelphia, and we were able to catch up with Tricia Morrison, the widow to the 2-time heavyweight boxing champ of the world, Tommy Morrison. Tommy's son, Kenzie, went out to dinner with us. That was so kind. And Trisha allowed Andrew to put on the very Rocky Balboa jacket that Sylvester Stallone himself wore in Rocky V. It was amazing. Had the honor to be part of that documentary. It's going to be epic. Lord willing, it's going to be released in 2026. Be on the lookout for that. It's going to be incredible. We flew straight to Vegas after that. And I want to give a shout out to my dear friend Rick Horsey. And they allowed me to be the keynote at a prayer breakfast at the Paris Casino Hotel on the Strip in Las Vegas. And it was an honor to preach the word to that crowd. I'm proud of that whole community, those folks in the RV industry. And, I love marketplace ministry. We had folks make professions of faith. And I want to give a shout out to my son, Andrew, who accompanied with me. And I just felt like the Lord wanted him to maybe get up and do a closing blessing and prayer. And man, God was all over him. He was anointed. I'm not embellishing, exaggerating. There must have been 10 people deep to want to come up to just shake his hand to Andrew and say, thank you so much. It's so good to see this next generation on fire for God. My wife's birthday was about 2 weeks ago, and I took the family to Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and I love that place. And I have a special soft spot in my heart for the Amish. And one of my all-time favorite movies was the classic by Harrison Ford called Witness. And there was Kelly LeBrock, who was in Top Gun, played an Amish woman, and they went to Philadelphia train station with her little son Samuel, the little Amish boy, and they were going to go on a train, Amtrak, to Baltimore to see some family. And the little boy went into the bathroom and he witnessed with his own eyes a murder. And Harrison Ford, you remember Han Solo, Air Force One, get off my plane. He actually, the Raiders of the Lost Ark himself, played the detective in this movie. And he had to take a police report from the little boy. Harrison Ford actually dresses up to play Amish on that farm to actually solve the case. Danny Glover from Lethal Weapon was in it. Had the honor to meet Danny on a missions trip in the Bahamas, and it was amazing. And from that point, the movie is one of my all-time favorite movies on faith and family, and it will bless you. But I was able to take the family to the very farm where they filmed that, and man, what a treat it was to see that with our own eyes. Last night, I was able to take Ruth to see the CeCe Winans, Michael W. Smith, Amy Grant concert right on the DC line at the MGM in Oxon Hill, Maryland. And man, I tell you, they were anointed. And that brings briefly what I want to talk about. CeCe Winans just sang the national anthem at Thanksgiving Day at the Detroit Lions. That's her hometown. She was incredible. She was a dear friend to Whitney Houston. If you ever get bored, you can't sleep at night, go to YouTube, type CeCe Winans and Whitney Houston duet. You'll thank me later. I mean, those two women singing will put goosebumps on your forearms. But CeCe was a godly woman, and she was a true friend and encouragement to Whitney. And I had the honor to preach with CeCe Winans in 1999. It was an outdoor festival in Maryland. It was Jars of Clay, it was Michael English, and CeCe Winans was the main singer that night. And my dear buddy Marvin Harris and I we had the chance to preach at that outdoor event. And I believe it was called Serenity Farms. But I did get a chance on stage that night to thank CeCe for her ministry. And she is a woman of integrity. She loves the Lord. And my radio show this week, By Faith with Frank Shelton, I'm talking about a sermon called Cruise Control. Cruise control. You know, on most cars these days, they have a thing called cruise control. You get up to a certain speed, especially if you're driving 6, 7, 8 hours. You're on the interstate, maybe you're on 95, 85, heading through the Carolinas. And there is a luxury called cruise control. But there are two dangerous things because of cruise control. Number one, on the rarest of occasions, those things have been known to stick. And if you got it set at 65 or 70, and then all of a sudden, I'm talking the rarest occasions, it's been known to stick, and you're stuck at 70 and you can't let off the brakes. And there have been some fatalities, again, on few cases that it's happened. But another thing, I thought about that, and the more I thought about it, I did a sermon not long ago on turn signals. So this one's on cruise control. And, you know, a lot of times Christians, just adults in life, but particularly leadership. It could be business, it could be corporate leaders, it could be public servants. I used to lead a weekly Bible study to politicians, but even pastors can get in trouble with cruise control. What happens is you get so used to the ministry, you're going through the hoops, you're going through the motions, you're going nonstop. It can be a dangerous place where you're still promoting the Lord, but if you're not careful, you are slowly drifting from the Lord. I heard an interview recently, a pastor for 50 years who's been faithfully serving the Lord, and they said when a lot of folks are turning into casualties and falling by the wayside and throwing in the towel and getting bitter or giving mad or a moral failure, they said, what has been the one thing that you could equate that's kept you straight all these years? And without hesitation, he said, every morning at 6 a.m., I'm alone with the Lord on my knees. I was told a long time ago, if you're not praying, you're probably playing. And I'll take it a step further. If we're not praying, we're going to start swaying. And, you know, I think of Mary and Martha, and they were two sisters at the Savior's presence. One was at Jesus's face, and one was at Jesus's feet. One sister had the audacity to tell Jesus what to do. The other was humbly waiting for Jesus to tell her what to do. The other one had the works, but the other one had the worship. And Jesus said, I tell you the truth, the one sister at my feet, worshiping me, chose the better, and she'll be rewarded for it. I want to encourage you, you know, God loves you. And it's not a performance-driven Christianity. We need to be in His presence. And I want to encourage you, listen to some good prayers, music, attend a good Bible-believing church. Do you have an accountability partner in your life? And just someone that you can call all hours of the night, just keeping it real, that you can hold each other accountable. And I'm telling you, in these unique times, these are the best of times, but we're going to run into some scary times if we don't plug in with the Lord and be accountable to one another. Just want to tell you, I love you guys. And as we go into the Christmas break, remember this: Jesus left Beulah land to come to Bethlehem to be that bruised and battered lamb that taketh away the sins of the world. God bless you, and Merry Christmas.
That is so cool.
It's better than what you're wearing, okay?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Oh, my goodness.
Andrew, that's the very one Stallone wore in Rocky V.
Yes, it is.
You've seen more Rocky people than I have.
Well, but you're closer to it than I am.
I don't know about
my
that.
goodness.
Turn around.
This is so cool. Thank you so much, Mr.
You're gonna
Morrison.
put your things up.
Oh, yeah.
And turn around
I
and
don't
do
got
that.
I don't got the guns like Tommy, but it's all right.
I told Luke about the journey to Bethlehem and about how we couldn't get a room at the inn. But I didn't tell him about my psalm.
Your son.
When I went to see my cousin Elizabeth, when she was pregnant with John, she cried out when she saw me. I told Luke about this, how she was overwhelmed for the both of us. And she called me the mother of her Lord. And we were laughing and crying together. And it was all too much. And words of praise just burst out of me.
Please tell me I'm about to hear them.
You're going to write them down and deliver them to Luke. The materials are here. I trust you to get them right, and to keep it safe, and to get it to look. I've kept it all to myself. As you know, I like to treasure things in my heart. I was shy, and it felt personal between God and me. But I wish I would have shared it with Joseph. And people must know. These felt like God's words as much as my own. I can't explain it, but they did. And people must know.
I'm ready.
My soul magnifies the Lord, and my spirit rejoices in God my Savior. For behold, from now on, generations will call me blessed. And he who is mighty has done great things for me. And holy is his name. And his mercy is for those who fear him, from generation to generation. He has shown strength with his arm. He has scattered the proud in the thoughts of their hearts. He has brought down the mighty from their throne and exalted those of humble estate. He has filled the hungry with good things, and the rich he has sent away empty. He has helped his servant Israel in remembrance of his mercy. As he spoke to our fathers, to Abraham, and to his offspring forever.
That's amazing. It's like the Song of Hannah, but even more beautiful.
Hey, Evangelist Debbie Rich. This is Evangelist Frank Shelton. I was thrilled when the team asked if I would be willing to share what you mean to me. And I'm telling you, you are amazing. You're anointed. You're appointed for such a time as this. And I want to personally thank you for not only your ministry to the world, your labors for the Lord, but your encouragement to me. And I appreciate you speaking life into me. You have been faithful. And what an honor it was to tag team with you during the lockdown. You had me come to Washington State, and you wrote a kind endorsement for my book. And I'm 6'1", but you will always be 10 feet tall to me. You know, when I think of your ministry, I know it wasn't easy starting out, and you had a lot of folks, probably the cards stacked against you, but you not only proved them wrong, you have inspired us all how to do it right. So I honor you. Ruth and I send our well wishes on this huge milestone of your ministry. And thank you for not only starting strong, staying strong, but reminding us all how to finish strong. We love you, and God bless you.
Someone asked me on a radio show one time, do you want to be known as a great preacher or a good Christian? My answer, without a doubt, I want to be known as a good Christian. I've met some great preachers who aren't even good Christians behind closed doors. We have traded evangelism for entertainment. We've gone from preaching and calling it performance. And we think success is how many we run on Sunday. They could care less if anyone was at the altar. He that wins souls is wise.
Hey, we're excited about the new Frank Shelton Global app. It's absolutely free. It's on Apple, Android, Google TV, Apple TV. It's like Netflix. Added over 400 short and full-length videos, sermons, interviews, podcasts, even some of my favorites. Got the old school Mean Joe Green Coca-Cola commercial and a host of others. It's going to bless you. And some of the sermons that have touched me over my life, from Billy Graham to a host of others. But go down today and download the Frank Shelton Global app. You'll be glad you did.
If you would like to bring Frank to your next event or outreach, visit www.frankshelton.com.
You're invited on a journey of inspiration, a journey of discovery. The Billy Graham Library is a library like no other. It's more than just a walk through history. It's a journey through the legacy of a simple life that impacted millions worldwide.
Mr. Khrushchev says that history is on his side. Mr. Kennedy says history is on his side. I want to say tonight, history is on the side of Christ.
Admission is free, so come retrace Billy Graham's path from humble farm boy to international ambassador of God's love through multimedia, photos, and memorabilia.
And we're praying that in these days we might be an old-fashioned. But the fruit of the Spirit is love. I'm announcing good news.
Tour the restored Graham family home place for an intimate look at Billy's roots. Relax in the stillness of the library grounds. Browse the Ruth's Attic bookstore and have a fresh meal or treat at the Graham Brothers Dairy Bar. Enjoy special exhibits, events, and seasonal activities for the whole family.
The moment I walk into the grounds, you just feel that peace and joy.
I don't think I've ever teared up or got chills so many times walking through any type museum or library.
I just didn't realize the magnitude of Reverend Graham's ministry.
It is so angelic. I just feel like it's heaven on earth.
I do not believe any of us are here by chance. God has brought each of us here for a purpose.
What drew crowds by the millions to hear Billy's message? How was he a friend and counselor to so many world leaders? What drove him to speak boldly in times of unrest and uncertainty? Find out on this free journey of discovery at the Billy Graham Library.
It's official. Download the Frank Shelton Global app today. It's free. Stay up to date with current events, Frank's powerful sermons, the By Faith TV and radio show, and his calendar. The app even comes with a Bible for easy use and Ruth's very own corner, and a section for you to share prayer requests and praise reports. Folks are enjoying Frank's wit and wisdom coast to coast and around the world. Join this exciting Christian community to help you grow in your journey with Jesus. Don't miss out, and it's filled with humor and heaven on earth. Don't delay. Download the app today.